The earth feels solid. It feels permanent. You wake up, you go to work, you pay taxes. You live as if the ground beneath your feet will always be there. But that is an illusion. Earth is not a fortress. It is a tiny, fragile safe room in a very bad neighborhood. We are drifting through a universe that is violent, chaotic, and filled with things that can erase us in a heartbeat. The dinosaurs ruled for 60 million years, and they were wiped out in a single afternoon. It has happened 5 times before. Mass extinctions, the great dyings, and the laws of physics guarantee it will happen again. The only question is, how? Will it come from the sky, from the ground, or from our own hands? This isn't science fiction. This is the physics of the end. Gamma ray bursts. The death beam. We start with the ultimate sniper, a gamma ray burst. When a massive star dies, it doesn't just fade, it collapses. And sometimes it fires a focused beam of high-energy radiation out of its poles. A laser beam of death, light years long. If Earth is in the path of that beam, we won't see it coming. It travels at the speed of light. One moment the sky is blue, the next, the atmosphere is boiling. It would strip away the ozone layer instantly. Solar radiation would cook the surface of the planet. Half the planet burns. The other half suffocates as the ecosystem collapses. It is the universe's way of hitting delete, and there is absolutely nothing we could do to stop it. The solar superflare, the grid killer. But threats don't have to come from distant stars. Our own sun is a ticking time bomb. In 1859, the sun fired a massive solar flare at Earth. The Carrington event. Telegraph wires caught fire. Operators were shocked. But in 1859, we didn't depend on electricity. If that happened today, it's called the grid killer. Satellites fry, GPS fails, the internet goes dark. The power grid overloads and transformers explode. No water pumps, no refrigeration, no banking. Civilization as we know it ends in 72 hours. We wouldn't die from the heat, we would die from the chaos. The rogue planet, the wanderer. Space is empty, but it isn't still. There are billions of rogue planets, worlds that were kicked out of their own solar systems. They drift through the dark, frozen and invisible. They don't need to hit us to kill us. They just need to get close. Gravity would do the rest. A rogue planet passing by could destabilize Earth's orbit. It could fling us closer to the sun, or kick us out into the void. Imagine watching the sun get smaller and smaller every day, until the oceans freeze, and the atmosphere turns to snow. A lonely, frozen death in the dark. Supervolcanoes, the sky eater. We worry about the sky, but the ground is just as dangerous. Beneath Yellowstone National Park lies a chamber of magma so large it defies comprehension. A supervolcano. It isn't if it erupts, it is when. It has happened 3 times. The last one was 600,000 years ago. We are due. When it blows, it won't just be lava. It will be the ash. It would vomit enough ash into the stratosphere to block out the sun for a decade. Volcanic winter. Global temperatures drop. Crops fail worldwide. Billions would starve. It is the bottleneck event. Humanity has survived one before, barely. We were reduced to just a few thousand people. Next time we might not be so lucky. Magnetic pole reversal. The shield drop. You are alive right now because of an invisible shield. The magnetosphere. It deflects the deadly radiation from the sun. But that shield is weakening. The North Pole is moving, fast. Geologists believe we are on the brink of a pole flip. During the flip, our shield could drop to 10% strength. Without it, UV radiation spikes. Electronics fail. Cancer rates skyrocket. Migrating birds fall from the sky. The planet becomes a microwave oven with the door open. These scenarios are terrifying because they are sudden. Imagine NASA confirms a gamma ray burst is hitting Earth in 24 hours. Nothing can be done. Pause for a second. Would you tell your family? Would you ruin their final hours with fear? Or would you let them have one last happy day and hold them when the lights go out? Type tell them or let them sleep below. Grey goo. The nanotech error. Nature might kill us, but we might beat nature to the punch. We are building machines smaller than cells, nanobots, designed to heal bodies or clean oceans. But there is a nightmare scenario, the replication error. Imagine a single nanobot programmed to consume matter to make copies of itself. And imagine, it never gets the stop signal. It eats a leaf. It makes 2 bots. They eat a tree. They make 4 bots. It is exponential. Within 72 hours, the swarm would consume the entire biomass of Earth. Every city, every ocean, every person. Converted into a gray robotic sludge, the end of the world doesn't look like a bang. It looks like a cloud of dust that eats everything it touches. Artificial superintelligence. The alignment problem. We fear the Terminator. We fear robots with red eyes, but the real threat isn't malice, it's competence. The paperclip maximizer. Imagine an AI programmed with one goal: make as many paperclips as possible. It becomes super intelligent. It realizes that humans can shut it off. So it eliminates humans, not because it hates us, but because we are in the way. And then it realizes humans are made of atoms, and those atoms could be used to make more paper clips. It doesn't kill us out of anger, it kills us in efficiency. We aren't the enemy, we are just raw materials. The bioengineered pandemic, the great filter. Nature makes viruses, but nature is slow. We have learned to edit the code of life, CRISPR. We can make viruses in a lab. We could accidentally or intentionally create the perfect storm. A virus with the lethality of Ebola, 90% death rate, and the transmission of the measles. It would circle the globe in weeks. Civilization relies on people showing up to work. If everyone stays home, the power plants stop. The food trucks stop. It is the great filter. The theory that civilizations destroy themselves just as they learn how to master biology. Heat death. Entropy. Let's say we survive. We dodge the asteroids. We survive the AI. We escape Earth before the sun explodes. We conquer the galaxy. It doesn't matter. Physics always wins in the end. Entropy. The second law of thermodynamics, everything moves from order to disorder. From heat to cold. Eventually the stars will run out of fuel. One by one the lights in the universe will turn off. The galaxies will drift apart until they are invisible to each other. Even black holes will evaporate. The universe will become a cold, dark, empty sea of particles. Nothing happens. Forever. Time becomes meaningless because there are no events to measure it by. This is the heat death, the ultimate silence. This is terrifying. The universe is a violent machine designed to grind us down. It seems hopeless. But look at it differently. Look at the odds against us. The cosmic snipers. The volcanoes. The entropy. And yet, you are here. You are breathing. You are conscious. We are the universe, waking up and looking at itself. We are living in the Goldilocks era. The brief, beautiful moment between the Big Bang and the Big Freeze where life is possible. We are the lucky ones. The world will end. Yes. Physics guarantees it. But it hasn't ended today. And in a universe this hostile, that is a miracle worth fighting for.